Good morning from Portugal. I hope you are well. So this is the 2nd of March 2026, and I have arrived in Portugal. I'm in Lisbon at the moment, and it's a beautiful city. So this is the first reading, which is not being done from Sweden. So this is the next step on my journey. Sorry about my voice here, it's a bit croaky in the morning. So let's get started by grounding ourselves into the surface below. If you're sitting down, sit heavily on the chair below or the surface below. Place your feet on the ground beneath the surface, beneath the chair. And if you're lying down, just lie heavily on your back. Continue to breathe in and out through your nose into your stomach, feeling the stomach expand and contract as you breathe in and breathe out. All the way around to the sides and to the back. Keep your focus on the breath. So let's start. So how are the energies around us today, and how do we best navigate them in order to have the most smooth and joyous day forward on this next step on our journey? So heaven, earth, fire, water, thunder, wind, wood, mountain, lake. Wood. So we have got heaven. No, sorry, earth. The opposite of heaven. So there we go. Heaven is all yin. Earth is all yin. I keep on talking about heaven while I'm doing that. It's Mother Earth. So when we are initiating something, which we have done, right? In my case, I moved out of my apartment in Sweden, and I took a flight here to Lisbon, so I'm initiating now, and now we need to nourish that to allow it to grow. So that's what Earth does. It receives and responds, and then nourishes and allows to grow. Nourishes to grow. So heaven, earth, fire, water, thunder, wind, wood, mountain, lake. And above, or with responding. So we have one of the accomplished guas, which is the second one, which is kun and kun, which is earth of earth. So this is now time to nourish. Nourish this seed that we set, so that this what we've set out to do is allowed to grow. So let's see what's changing. Let's start from the bottom. So we got the third 6 is changing into a yang line. So it's the top line of the inner gua, which means we then have Chen, thunder, which is movement within, and kun, which is responding without. So the movement that we've taken, and we will take, right here, first we need to nourish this first bit, and then, because these are all the same, we have the same here, the inner that feeds the situation that we are in at the moment is kun. So we are only responding to life. So number 2, kun. And then leads into what underlying energy is kun. And let's have a look at the what we're moving into, which is thunder, under, earth. So earth, under, thunder, which is 24, which is returning, turning back. Falling away, bo and fu, turning back. Turning back, and let's have a look at the element. It's all earth. Energies. Mother Earth is wrapping her arms around us, nourishing us on this first step. Let's have a look. Earth is, of course, kun, earth. Earth. And kun is actually responding. So now is not the time for action. Now is to settle down, respond to what's going on around us. We don't really see clearly at the moment what the next step is going to be. We have set the intention, we have initiated our movement, and now we need to respond just to start to nourish this. Okay. So kun speaks about responding to the initiating power of kyan. So kyan is the first, is number 1, which is initiating, and that was the energy of February. That was the overall energy of February. I'm going to do a March reading as well and see what the overall energy is. But it's interesting that the first reading that I do and record, actually I did one yesterday, but I couldn't record it because I was at the airport. But there we had relief, right? Stepping out and actually leaving behind what has been heavy for us for a long time. So from that, getting relief. And then the wood energy, leaving anger and frustration and disappointment and all these kind of things behind, and then start moving, growing upwards. And then actually finding our correct place, marrying maiden, right? Although in this case, marrying maiden is not entirely correct. Marrying maiden, I think, is speaking about there's still some residual energies left that are causing some trouble. Anyway, but the underlying energy is already fulfilled, and that's the end of the old cycle was fulfilled. We have definitely stepped into the new cycle, and our first step was in February, which was initiating, and now we're moving into responding. And responding, so the first two, the initiating is like the initial spark, and then we must nurture this one. So this is where responding is. So kyan and kun are each other's opposites, but also they belong together, like they are two sides of a coin, right? So we need to respond to the initiating young energy radiant. Is the young initiating number 1 is very 100% young energy, right? And this one is 100% yin energy. So that's the initial spark. It's the power, it's the action, right? And then Earth will take it. We will now take it, and then we will transmute it into what we are, create allowing our creation that's been initiating to grow in the right direction. However, we do not follow blindly, right? Responding, kun is about following, but it's not about following blindly. It is about following the leader, the right master, but also making sure that we are masters of ourselves and then follow that. So follow our intuition, right? So it's not necessarily we have to follow someone else. So the spark, the initiation, the creative spark came from us. And now we need to nourish this one. So be our own master and then follow that. Okay. Here, notes of the same key responds to one another. Odors of the same nature merge together. Water flows towards what is wet. Fire rises towards what is dry. All beings follow their own mind. And it speaks about here, if you see favorable, let's talk favorable in the southwest, and in the northwest, lose friends. So here you get friends, and it's talking about who we should interact with, right? It's important that we choose the right direction, and then we are choosing our friends wisely, choosing the friends that can continue spark our energy, spark our creative side, to inspire us, and finding masters in people who inspire us, and then ignore, still keeping the strong boundaries towards what does no longer serve us, right? So we don't want to fall back in our own patterns to continue in the old ways. So very important to move forward in this new direction and then listen to our intuition, right? This intuition is our master. Mind you, we can also get advice, of course, of other people from above. Following obtains a master favorable in this. So, yeah. So here, commentary on the decision. Perfect is responding's greatness. It brings birth to all beings and us accepts the source from heaven. Responding in its richness sustains all beings. Its virtue is in harmony without limit. Its capacity is wide. Its brightness is great. Through it, all beings attain their full development. So the kyan is the initial spark, and then kun, earth, which is, spread the energy all across earth, all across all beings, all across all existence, right? And then to nourish them so we can grow this. It's also speaking about a mare as a creature of earthly kind is moving on earth is boundless, yielding and submissive, advantageous and steadfast. The superior person comprehends her way of life. Taking the lead brings confusion. She loses the way. Following and responsive, she finds the normal course. Finds friends in the southwest, proceeds with people of the same kind. Lose friends in the northeast. In the end, congratulations will arrive. Good fortune comes from resting in steadfastness. It corresponds with the boundless capacity of earth. Yes, this is definitely a follow energy. It's a resting energy. Actually, we don't, not resting, but we don't want to take any new initiatives right now. We actually need to nourish what we already started, okay? So let's have a look at the changing line, which is the third 6. Containing excellence appropriate to be steadfast and upright. Probably serving a king. Claim no credit. Carrying things through to the end. Hiding one's excellence appropriate to be steadfast and upright. She will be discovered when the time is ripe. Probably serving the king. Great is the brilliance of his wisdom. So let's read a little bit deeper about one. I'm actually going to read that as well afterwards. But first, let's go here. The third line, hiding excellence, suggests humility. When the yielding line at the third place changes into a solid line, the square alternates to humbleness. However, once actually that is mountain, that's not thunder, that's again. So stillness, So turning back is not the right one. That is humbleness, of course. So it's 15, humbleness. Let's have a look at the element of that one. Anyway, continue. However, one's excellence cannot be hidden very long. Sooner or later it will be discovered. According to this line, one who has taken talent should come forth to serve people. When the right time presents itself, one should carry things through to the end and not hold any selfish motivation. This line indicates that the Duke of Zhou and Kung Wu were preparing to an exhibition against the tyrant of Zhang's dynasty. Through the experience of having their grandfather killed by the Emperor of Chang, they realized the importance of hiding one's excellence and firmly maintaining it. Their strategy was to serve the tyrant with humility while bringing the plan to completion. Confucius praises their wisdom. Yeah, we actually had this advice before. That is, and I think this is a very good approach generally. It's like we don't want to be too flashy, right? We hide our excellence, hide our brilliance, like somebody who sort of bangs on their own drum and look at me, look at me. There's so many people who are well, for two reasons really. One, just because they are selfish, they just look at me, what I'm doing. And the other people who needs constant reassurance as well, and that comes from trauma. They're not been seen in the past, and I've definitely been one of them. But neither one actually leads to something very good in the long run, because if we're constantly chasing, if our intention is to make other people see us, then there is no actual truth underneath, right? We might end up doing very good things, but the intention is wrong. Okay, intention is everything. The seed, like Qian, the seed is the intention, right? So if the intention is to be seen, right, then that is not, the intention is not to be of benefit to all sentient beings, because it becomes a very selfish intention. Although it might not necessarily be an evil intention, right? You might not do it because you want to harm other people. You might do it just because of the trauma. But the intention is wrong. Like, the intention should always be to serve, to be of benefit to all sentient beings. And sometimes that means that, okay, you might actually have to take steps to really hide your real intention underneath, because you want to be sort of, so in this case, like they're talking the need to overthrow the tyrant of Chang. It was like a great tyrant of the time, right? And he was suppressing the people and torturing them and abusing them. So they, in order to remain in the court here, so they could sort of follow through with their plan, right? To overthrow him, they had to hide their brilliance and then remain very humble. And this is, I think this is the time of where we are as well at the moment. Yeah, it's like there's no time to shine right now. We're just nourishing. We are just nourishing what we have set in what we have started off. That's what we're doing. So let's have a look at humbleness actually quickly. And then this earth is just, it's underneath. That's what we're doing at the moment. So let's have a look at humbleness. It has the earth enemy. It's earth as well, so it's earth. So kun above. I have 3 treasures that I guard and hold dear. The first is love, the second is contentment, the third is humbleness. Only the loving are courageous, only the content are magnanimous, only the humble are capable of commanding. Actually, this is so very true, right? Love should come first. And when you act out of love, then you become courageous, right? Like a mother protecting her child, she would just walk and do anything, right? That's because it comes from the love of the child, and then she becomes courageous. She can do just about anything, right, to protect her child. And that is true courage, you know, and it can only come from love. And then so we need to cultivate this love. So in order to be truly courageous, okay, only the content is magnanimous. So if you're contented, if you don't desire anything else, well, then you can be generous and you can share, right? It's when you're not content, if you think, oh, I'm lacking all these kind of things, right, then all you're thinking about just is grasping, getting more things for yourself, and it becomes selfish and grasping, right? But if you are content with what you got, even if you don't have an awful lot, well, then you can share this, right, with the world. And only the humble are capable of commanding, and that's true, because if in order to command truly, you need to be solid, have like a solid in like a peaceful center, and then not actually wanting to do it for yourself. Like a true commander, a true leader is not a leader for himself or herself, it's a leader for everyone else. Is leading in order to make life better for all sentient beings, okay? So I think this is so to be humble, loving, and content. If you are loving, content, and humble, well, then life will be easy, because you don't require anything more, and you love all things, and then you are humble as well, not needing to be in the spotlight. I think that's actually brings peace not only to others but to yourself as well. This constant grasping and this constant look at me is really tiring, exhausting, okay? So we can let go of that. It'd be wonderful. Humbleness, prosperous and smooth for a superior person. There is an end. The humble is honored to radiate its brilliance when the humble is in a lower position. He does not lose his principle. Thus, the superior person is able to carry his principle through to the end. Ah, this is beautiful. Humbleness, prosperous and smooth. It is the Tao of heaven to send its energy down, shining upon all beings. This is Qian. It is the Tao of earth to send its energy up, linking with heaven. So they are meeting here. It is the Tao of heaven to decrease the full, and increase the humble. It is the Tao of earth to alternate the full and make the full humble. So transmuting, this is what we're doing now. We are responding, remaining humble, hiding our brilliance. This is not a time to shine, but the work that we are doing will actually lead to something much greater, okay? That will be of benefit to all sentient beings. It is the Tao of spirit beings to harm the full and bless the humble. It is the Tao of humans to dislike the full and love the humble. The humble is honored to radiate his brilliance, yeah. So that's the reading of today, actually. I'm not going to talk any more about this. It's time to nourish what we set the seed in and remain humble. This is not the time to make great strides or great action, and it's not a time to make great noise. We are just nourishing what we already set, the seed that we set. And we could nourish others in responding to whatever is going on around us now, as these first stumbling steps we're taking in this new cycle. Anyway, I hope this reading was a benefit to you. I am wishing you a beautiful day ahead.